campaigns from Bing Places are using advanced strategies, and I'm going to be sharing those with you today. Without these techniques, you're leaving money on the table and missing opportunities to stand out from all the other local breweries. Welcome back. My name's Trip, and today we're diving deep into advanced Bing strategies. If you haven't watched part one, check it out first because that's got all the basics to get you up to speed. Now, I'm going to be covering a ton of stuff today, so make sure in the comments right now you type Bing, and I'll send you a PDF with everything we have, so whether you're doing this work or somebody else, you can hand it off or have it right side by side with you. Make sure you get everything implemented, making it all real easy. Bing Webmaster Tools is a fantastic element to bring into your business. It's completely free, and it's going to help you manage your website's presence on Bing and improve your visibility. It allows you to analyze your website, get insights into your website health, ideas on how to optimize things, and include how many web pages are indexed by Bing, what the keywords you're ranking for, and how Bing has crawled and indexed your site. From here, what you'll be able to do is improve your SEO. You can conduct keyword research, you can monitor and analyze your backlinks, and create a customized crawling pattern. That may not be something you need to do, but you'll be able to quickly improve your basic SEO, which is going to help you. You can view metrics like clicks and impressions and see how your customers are finding you on their site. Now remember, ChatGPT is using Bing for local search. So by making sure these things are in place and done well, what are you doing? All the folks are going to use ChatGPT to find you. And since it's something brand new, a lot of folks aren't doing it now. But I'll guarantee you, it will become more and more and more popular. Bing website tools also allow you to troubleshoot. You'll receive warnings about whether it's the safety of your website or other potential problems. So it's helpful there. Plus, you can submit new content, new pages. If you get an event coming up, you just put that on your website. Go ahead and have it crawled so that stuff gets indexed. And so right away, folks will find and learn about what you just put on your website. You can also see what should be removed as well. You can connect to social media through this, and it's a great free tool for you to use. You'll also be able to see, by playing around with some of those keywords, how you're ranking versus some of your competitors. And if you're seeing a problem, if key keywords for your business don't have you above some other breweries, make sure you dive into do some of that keyword research and make the changes that you need to move you up in the rankings. You'll also, doing that keyword research, see things like local search trends, see who's searching for what locally through Bing, and that will help you make adjustments to improve your overall SEO. Now, when you've done all your research, now let's start putting what we've learned and what you've gathered into use. Let's first look at your business description. What you're going to want to look at, the key keywords that are generating the most traffic through Bing, the ones that are, of course, got to be relevant to your business and the service and products you offer, but you'll want to incorporate them into your business description. Do the same thing with your photo captions. Other thing that you want to look at are event descriptions. You'll want to make sure that you're using whatever the best keywords possible for the event. Don't ever try and fool Bing. Don't say you're offering something you're not. Don't just try and rank for a keyword that's not going to satisfy folks. It's probably not going to work with the implementation and the usage of AI. And even if it does work, it won't work for long. It'll end up making things worse. Other thing that you want to do is take a look at your product listings and make sure they're full, robust, and based on the research you've done, see whatever tweaks you need to do. For example, if a competitor has very long, drawn-out product listings and they're ranking higher than yours, where you have just a basic word or two in your product listings, what did we just learn? Let's make more in-depth product listings. Remember, we were talking that ChatGPT is now working with Bing and folks are going to be using it for local search. So some things that you want to do is, when it's called local search, they want to make sure that folks are getting information based on either where they are or where they want specific information about. So do make sure you have area specific terms, neighborhood names. I'll use New York City as a large name. There are places like Soho and Chelsea and Dumbo and the Flatiron District. So if I had a brewery in the Flatiron District, of course I would have my exact street address, but I might have something like the Flatiron District's first craft brewery. Other thing that you want to think about, if there are regional beer styles and that you're obviously offering them, make sure they're part of your local SEO integration. You'll also want to benefit and include things as far as event integration. If there are local festivals that you're going to be at, make sure that's listed in there. If there are sporting events that maybe you support, make sure that's in there. And if there are easy for me to say, seasonal celebrations, make sure all of that is put in there as well. Now, Bing is not as heavily influenced by reviews as Google is, but reviews do count and reviews are important. So for both Bing and Google, you want to set up review links, create QR codes. If you're going to provide a web address, make sure it's short. And you also want to have some email templates created so that you can send those out and ask for reviews. Next part about getting reviews is training your staff. When should they ask for them? How should they ask for reviews? And what not to say. I once made a mistake and kind of incentivized reviews for one of my businesses, and someone, their review of me was, I'm only doing this because I'm getting X. Well, you know what? Lesson learned. Don't make my mistake. But what you can do is train your staff to do certain things like, ask for a review, maybe check on it and see if it pops up. If it's something that's positive, could you, after the fact, maybe give them a free drink, a free taste? Absolutely. But you don't want to kind of do it ahead of time, or you might end up with what exactly happened to me in my business, one of them. Other thing that you want to do is you want to respond to all reviews, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, here's the thing. Be honest and straightforward. Make sure to save time. You create some templates. And when it comes down to negative reviews, you want to be very direct. You want to, if it's a situation where I would always start off with some sort of an apology, but guess what? I think you know this, and I certainly know it from my business. Sometimes we're in the wrong, but sometimes the other side, the customer's in the wrong as well. If you're in the wrong, own it 100%. Talk about doing anything possible to make it right. People who understand, a business is going to make a mistake. If you're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of people 7 days a week, 365 days a year, something's going to go wrong. Own it. Do everything you can to make good. If you tried something at the time to make good and it didn't still work out, mention that, but don't do it in an accusatory manner. Now, once you've owned up to your mistakes, that's the right way to be. Now, if someone's just being unreasonable, if someone's being kind of called out, you start off always with some remorse. I'm sorry you didn't enjoy your time with us here last Saturday. But don't be afraid to nicely and politely and without judgment call them out, saying something like the fact of, well, I can understand you were a little bit upset that we're closing early at 4 o'clock because we had a special event for all of our staff. We do it once a year, and that happened to be the day that you were here. We do something special for all of our employees. Now, we've been letting all our regulars know about this for the last 2 months. So, I wish you had known about that before you showed up. I'd love to buy you a beer on me the next time you come in. Let me know. But please know that was a once a year thing that we only do. one time a year, and it's for our staff. And we love our staff, and our staff is fantastic. And when you come back and visit us, I think you're going to feel the same way about them. So I hope you all at that point be happy they had this party for them. So you see what I'm kind of talking about? A way to handle someone who, gosh, you closed an hour early. Heaven forbid you had a life outside of making sure I had a cold beer. So that's the way you handle those negative ones. Your brewery may or may not get a lot of comments. You'll want to adjust how many reviews you think you need based on your competitors. If you have 5 reviews and your competitors have 350 reviews, you've got some ground to make up, right? So what we'll want you to think about then is, maybe looking at some tools that'll help you generate more, like a QR code generator. There are also review monitoring systems. There's software out there that can help you go out and get reviews. Um, you, I always recommend having some templates to respond to folks. And then use AI. Write one good template and ask AI for 5 more, so it doesn't look like the same canned response. So if you have 5 canned responses, it doesn't seem so canned. When we talk about market research, you know your customers. I'm sure you have direct competitors, indirect competitors. There's some people who are the market leaders in your area. You'll want to get a sense of what they're doing, and you really kind of want to spy and, I don't want to say copy, but learn from them. See what your competitors, based on all the stuff I've taught you, what they're doing well. See maybe some areas that they have some weaknesses in. And of course, now what you're doing is you're comparing them against what you're putting out there and how folks rank. So you'll want to make note of what their descriptions look like, what their photos, and what kind of photo strategy they're working with. Look and see how they handle their reviews. See what other special things they might have in there, and look for gaps. And what you want to do is make sure, if you have unique offerings, if you're the only craft brewery that has an in-staff kitchen, make sure that's in there. Look to market to opportunities that separate you from your competitors. And this goes for not just your Google profile and your Bing places, but it goes for all your marketing efforts. What makes you different and unique from the other folks, you'll want to emphasize that, because you're never going to be everything to everyone. But the folks who really want what make you different, what you happen to offer different than other folks in the marketplace, if that's what they're looking for, you're their only source. So make sure you stand out and emphasize that in all the marketing that you do. Let's talk about some of the analytics, some key metrics. Of course, you're going to want to analyze your traffic, look at view patterns, click through rates, action triggers. You'll find all this stuff in the Bing Webmaster tools. You'll also want to look at customer behavior. What are folks searching? What are the popular times? What photos get engagement? What type of reviews seem to be getting the most interaction from other visitors? Look for search patterns. What are the top search terms? Keep track for year after year. Look at seasonal trends. Other thing I think you're going to find is mobile is going to outdo desktop quite a bit. This video series is all about Bing because ChatGPT is using Bing now in local search, and the ChatGPT app is sort of behind the desktop searches, I would say, right now, but that's going to change. We've seen everything move from starting out on desktop, and then the vast majority of things move to mobile. That's going to happen in this situation. So do keep an eye on those things, but expect that to happen. You'll want to do some monthly data collection. You, in the beginning, might even do some weekly reporting as well. And you'll want to do some quarterly reviews. Some things you want to do is always make sure you're updating your hours. Google will reach out and ask you, are you going to be open on major holidays? Make sure you let them know, and make sure that actually gets into both your Google business profile and your Bing places. You'll want to adjust your descriptions occasionally based on of course, changes in your business, but also based on things that you learn as far as doing your research and things that folks are seemingly finding attractive, the folks coming into your business. So make sure you adjust those things as you can. Link up your social media content with your Bing Places account. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Untapped, make sure all those platform links are there. You want to always make sure you have your content coordination. And that's a key part, bedrock of marketing. Okay, make sure events are posted with enough time for social media to find them, the internet to find out about them, and then spread that information for you. When you've got a special release, have a release date, and you're going to build up as far as talking about it and spreading that information leading up to that date. And of course, when you do have holiday hours, make sure that you're getting all that done ahead of time, because folks will look around holidays, I would say 2 to 4 weeks ahead of time. So do make sure you make those adjustments. At any time, you can go into your business profile on Google or Bing and make those changes, because they want that stuff to be up to date. And if you don't keep that stuff up to date, you'll be penalized for that. Some smart things to do is to share your positive reviews. Get those out there. You can there are elements you can link up with your website to share them, or you can just do screen grabs. You want to do cross-platform responses. Share those types of things across the social media, and you want to make sure you have customer engagement, the good, the bad, and the ugly as it relates to reviews. Let's talk about photo optimization. You want to make sure that the pictures you're going to put on there also will look good on a desktop as well as a mobile device. You want to make sure you're not posting massive file sizes for photos, that you want something that's going to load quick. We've all been there where we are looking at a picture and it's taking forever to load. What do? We usually kind of move on. You want to make sure your pictures are clear and it's not something, an evening event where it's dark inside your tap room and it just sort of doesn't look like anything. So make sure your pictures are clear. Whenever possible, have click to action, meaning call buttons, direction links. Make sure all that's there, because remember, we're talking about local search. And what you want to make sure can happen is if someone says they want to go from wherever they are looking, and a lot of times on their phone because they're looking for directions, with a one click to get the directions, they're more likely to actually come than having to type in your address into whatever direction app they use. Some tips as far as keywords and terms. Near me optimization is huge. You want to use actually the term near me, so breweries near me, you want to put that in there. But remember, we were talking about location words. I use the example like Flatiron District, Flatiron breweries. That would be New York City breweries. That would be Manhattan breweries, because the Flatiron District's in Manhattan. So we've covered a lot of stuff here and some actions to take today. Go ahead right now, put Bing in the comments, and I'll get you a PDF with all the information, not just from this video, but part one as well, so you can begin to implement this. And listen, the next steps you should think about taking are, implement one strategy at a time. Make sure you've got tracking involved, because the more you know as far as what Bing is doing in Bing Places as it relates to your business, the quicker and easier it is to make changes. Knowing what works and doesn't work is key to making decisions going forward. Take the amount of time, and it's not a lot, to make sure your Bing Places is up and rocking, because the sooner you do that, the sooner you're going to see traffic from Bing, whether it's direct through Bing, which is about 8.3% of search volume, but it's only going to go up astronomically because, like we've been talking about, ChatGPT is using Bing. So this is something that's going to generate you sales, going to help bring you new customers, and it's going to be something where your business can grow by doing this. So go ahead and do that. I also have my newsletter. Sign up for that. That's in the description. Give this video a like. I do appreciate when you guys do that. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers. Here's to your success.